Imagine dying alone, broke, and forgotten in a hotel room while the entire world runs on your inventions. Imagine creating technologies so advanced that even today some people believe you uncovered forbidden secrets of reality. Now imagine that this man actually existed. His name was Nikola Tesla, and his story feels more like science fiction than the life of an ordinary human being. But the most shocking part isn't what he invented. It's how the greatest genius in history ended up being destroyed by the very people who profited from his ideas. Before becoming a legend, Tesla was just a boy born in a small village during a violent storm in 1856. Thunder crashed across the sky as his mother struggled through childbirth. According to legend, the midwife looked at the raging storm and declared that the child would be a son of darkness. But Tesla's mother responded with words that would seem prophetic. No, he will be a child of light. No one could have imagined how true those words would become. From a very young age, Tesla displayed abilities that frightened the people around him. He possessed an extraordinary photographic memory. He could visualize entire objects in his mind, rotate them, disassemble them, and rebuild them without ever touching a tool. While other children played games, Tesla spent hours imagining impossible machines. But there was something unusual about him. He suffered from intense visions. Flashes of light would appear before his eyes, often accompanied by vivid images. Sometimes he couldn't distinguish reality from imagination. For most people, this would have been a burden. For Tesla, it became his greatest superpower. It was this ability that allowed him to design inventions entirely inside his mind. No blueprints, no prototypes, no physical testing. He built everything mentally, and he was almost never wrong. As a young man, Tesla became obsessed with electricity. While most people saw it as a scientific curiosity, he saw the future of humanity. He believed energy could transform civilization and improve billions of lives. But there was one problem. The world wasn't ready for his ideas. At a time when candles and oil lamps illuminated cities, Tesla was already thinking about global energy systems. Then came the obsession that would change everything. Alternating current. At that time, Thomas Edison was considered the greatest inventor on Earth. His direct current electrical system was spreading across America. Edison was rich, famous, and powerful. Tesla was a poor immigrant with almost nothing. But he possessed something Edison did not. He was right. When Tesla arrived in the United States, he carried only a few coins in his pocket and a letter of recommendation. He dreamed of working alongside Edison. At first, he got the opportunity. Edison was impressed by his intelligence, but their relationship quickly evolved into one of the greatest rivalries in history. Tesla believed alternating current was vastly superior for transmitting electricity over long distances. Edison disagreed, not because he was correct, but because he had already invested millions into the wrong technology. And so a war began, an invisible war, a war that would determine the future of civilization. Edison launched campaigns to convince the public that alternating current was dangerous. In shocking public demonstrations, animals were electrocuted to spread fear and panic, but Tesla refused to back down. The more he was attacked, the more determined he became. Then came the defining moment, the World's Fair in Chicago. Millions of people were waiting to see who would illuminate the most important event of the era, Edison or Tesla. The pressure was enormous. If Tesla lost, his career might be over. If he won, he would change the world forever. When night fell and thousands of electric lights suddenly illuminated the fairgrounds using Tesla's alternating current system, the crowd stood in awe. It looked like magic. For the first time, people saw the future. And the future belonged to Tesla. But this victory was only the beginning. Soon after came an even greater challenge. Niagara Falls. The goal seemed impossible, to harness the power of the falls and convert it into electricity capable of powering entire cities. Experts said it couldn't be done. Tesla said it could. When the project was completed, the impossible became reality. Electricity traveled across vast distances. Alternating current had won. The world would never be the same. And every time you switch on a light today, a part of Tesla's legacy comes alive. But this is where the story takes an unexpected turn, because while his genius continued to rise, His personal life began to collapse. Tesla didn't just want to light cities. He wanted something far greater. He wanted to provide free energy to all of humanity, without wires, without limits, without charging people for it. An idea so revolutionary that it frightened some of the most powerful men in the world. Then came the Wardenclyffe Tower, a massive project designed to transmit energy wirelessly across the planet. Tesla believed he could connect the entire world. It was a vision decades ahead of its time, perhaps centuries. At first, investors supported the project. But when they realized Tesla intended to make energy accessible on an unprecedented scale, enthusiasm disappeared. The question that changed everything was brutally simple. If everyone gets energy for free, where is the profit? At that moment, Tesla's fate was sealed. The funding vanished. Construction stopped. His dream began to crumble. The tower was abandoned and eventually demolished. With it, many believe the world lost a future that might have been completely different. Yet Tesla refused to quit, even without money, even without support, even while being mocked and dismissed. He spoke about worldwide wireless communication long before anyone imagined smartphones. He spoke about remotely controlled machines before drones existed. He envisioned artificial intelligence before modern computers had even been invented. Every time he made a prediction, people laughed. Decades later, those predictions became reality. But there is a heartbreaking side to this story. While his ideas transformed the future, Tesla drifted deeper into loneliness. He never married. He devoted his entire life to science. He worked obsessively, sometimes for days without sleep. His mind shined brighter than almost any other in history. But brilliance comes at a cost. As the years passed, his finances disappeared. His inventions were used. His concepts were adopted. Others became wealthy. Tesla did not. The man who helped build the modern world struggled to pay his bills, and yet he never stopped dreaming. Even in old age, he continued working on secret projects. Some claimed he was developing a weapon powerful enough to end all wars. Others believed he had discovered entirely new forms of energy. The mystery deepened, the legends grew, and Tesla slowly became something more than a scientist. He became a myth. Then came the final chapter. In January 1943, Nikola Tesla was found dead in a hotel room in New York City, alone, without wealth, without recognition equal to his contributions. He was 86 years old. The man who helped illuminate the world died almost forgotten. But the story doesn't end there. Because after his death, something strange happened. Government agents collected many of his documents and research papers. Hundreds of files disappeared. Theories emerged. Mysteries remained unanswered. What exactly had Tesla discovered? What secrets were hidden inside those papers? No one knows for certain, and perhaps no one ever will. But one thing is impossible to deny. Today we live inside the future Tesla imagined. Electric power systems, modern motors, wireless communication, remote control technologies, countless innovations that shape our everyday lives. All carry his invisible signature. The irony is devastating. The man who dreamed of giving free energy to humanity died without money. The man who saw the future died before receiving the recognition he deserved. But perhaps that is exactly why his story continues to captivate millions. Because Tesla represents something rare. Proof that a single human mind can see decades ahead of an entire civilization. Now I want to hear your opinion. Do you believe Nikola Tesla was the greatest genius in human history? Or do you think there are still discoveries and inventions of his that remain hidden from the world? Let me know in the comments below because I'll be reading your answers. And if you enjoy incredible stories like this one, make sure to leave a like right now. It helps the channel continue bringing you stories that sound like fiction but actually happened. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe and turn on notifications because the next story might be even more unbelievable than this one. Nikola Tesla died more than 80 years ago, but every time a city lights up at night, a small piece of his dream lives on.